How's it going, comic fans? Welcome to Comic Art Channel. Today we're looking at Girl Scouts by Jim Mahfood. We have a couple of the trades, Magic Socks and Stone Ghost. These are, I think, 3 and 4 in the sequence. I'm reviewing these because they're kind of recent, and they're more reflective of Mahfood's current style. I think the earlier volumes, are the same characters and everything, but um, his style has shifted and kind of evolved. In that time, I think Magic Socks is from like 2017 ish, and Stone Ghost is more recent, like 2021, and um, yeah, I want to take a look at it. I think he is has created kind of and is building out a universe um, that's just kind of fun, great sense of humor, uh, Mahfood sense of humor, and um, visually just unique, fun, wild, crazy. Um, what I mean, what more can you ask for out of comics than that, right? So I just wanted to go over it quickly, and then maybe take a look at some of his original art that I have, and maybe something else that he's worked on. But yeah, I mean, the first book is Magic Socks, and we're the gist is there's these 3 ladies, um, Daphne, Gwen, and Rita. Um, and there's just a group of, 3 friends that just, you know, get into trouble, um, kind of save the day when necessary, have each other's back, end up, end up dealing with lots of, various unsavory figures who they don't seem to be repulsed by or you know, um, unfamiliar with. So, the girls, um, can get down. They know how to have fun. Um, yeah, and Mahfoud's art is just nuts. It's he uses. I think it feels like every medium imaginable. And just looking at the cover, um, we can see kind of how intense he is with the ink. Um, we got like watercolor here splashing everywhere, ink splashing, um, you know, screen tones to, show kind of feet and, more. Um, yeah, like white paint, um, great mark making, great, you know, aesthetic kind of figure work. I mean, he draws the female figure, in my opinion, extremely well, pleasing to the eye. And so, yeah, um, this, I'm not going to get too deep into the story, um, but the gist is that Daphne, who's the blonde one, her sister is out to kill her for picking on her. And, she's trying to get these um, magic socks that have been in their family for generations that have this kind of mystical power. And yeah, I mean, you're trying to understand the world. I guess Freak City. It may be Earth, it may not be Earth. I don't know, but it's kind of some version of reality. Um, and you just go with it. It's not like I expect things to be a certain way. It's a brand new uh, situation for me, and uh, I'm just taking it as it comes, enjoying the ride, because that's really what it is. It's kind of like just a wild, crazy story, um, with great cartooning, great expressions, great action. Um, there's some panels in here where it's just like, yeah, this one. I mean, I don't know. That's just fantastic for me. That kind of thing is fantastic cartooning. It's just so fun to see. Um, all these covers seem to have kind of a similar, just lots of ink, lots of paint. Um, oh yeah, I mean the coloring. Um, he kind of does some shifting here, so he goes from like, well, kind of colored, where everything is kind of distinct, rendered, um, delineated, um, to scenes where it's kind of like black and white, gray with maybe a single color, and it's really striking how much more loose his style appears when it's just a single tone or black and white. So um, going through this and then the next volume, Stone Ghost, um, you get just a wildly different feel from the page, from the art, just through the coloring. I mean, like, you look at this, versus this. Um, it's the same line. It's the same line um, that he's putting down, but this just looks, I don't know, a little bit more loose. Um, yeah, I mean, to me, that's just pretty cool, just how big of an impact the coloring has, what his, line looks like without that color. Um, yeah, um, I mean, you can go through lots of original kind of visuals. Probably some of my favorite, one of my favorite parts of this book is, Daphne kind of going to, I don't want to spoil anything, but, um, you know, some psychedelic kind of realm, and she's guided by, I guess, Hunter S. Thompson, and Mahfood is, um, kind of switches up his style. It still looks like him, but obviously, brings in kind of the Ralph Steadman, Fear and Loathing, um, kind of style, into the equation, and it looks really cool. Um, there's some kind of pin-uppy, kind of splashes that you'll see that are awesome. I don't think he's ever made these available, but yeah, I mean, look at this. You know, um, I mean, this is like visually just how cool is this? And how cool would it be to like have a page like this, right? Just as a single image, but it's also part of this story, an important part of the story. Um, yeah, I think I just want to highlight, both of these books because It's just fun reading. It's kind of like manga. You can just like kind of go right through, just take in the visuals, um, and enjoy the ride. So basically, the Girl Scouts win in the end, and it leaves certain things open ended for future installments, and then we get into um, Magic Socks. And the interesting thing here is, the Girl Scouts basically like come out in one panel of this. This is like a new story in another part of this universe, focused on this girl named Dio. Um, and she's basically just a normal girl. Seems like a normal girl, who was on kind of another planet, and enlist the help of this crazy dude, Turtleneck Jones, to help get her boyfriend's ashes back from some loan shark or gangster that her boyfriend lost his own ashes to, in some sort of bet. So what you see here is like, unlike Magic Socks, you know the coloring is different, right? It's just kind of like two tones. um you're not breaking up hair, clothes, body. um it's basically like this the entire way through, right? All you get really consistently is Dio's hair, blue hair, and this I don't know if it's a chick, but Taco or Taco's red robe. Um, and so basically, what you find out here, in this universe, is there's this force called the Teeth that is this evil force in the universe that's trying to take over, um, and has a ton of henchmen. So look at this. This You don't know what's happening here if you haven't read it, but once you get to it, you'll know. But um, yeah, I mean, great double page splash. Um, I don't know what this is. Marker, a dry pen, um, airbrush, splatter. Uh, I mean, the dude's art is wild. You know, it's I mean, he's using like, I don't know, are these pictures of eyes, like a collage? Um, yeah, I mean the art is totally unique, and I love it. I love the style. Um, I love the cartooning, the action. Um, all the ladies in there. Mahfood is great with like sexy. Um, you wouldn't think so with like this type of like um, maybe minimalist, cartoony face, but it works. He has flashback scenes in here with kind of like a ruled paper, yellow, um, smaller panels. Yeah, I mean, the books are interesting. I'm not going to say it's like, mind blowing. You're not going to get like, think you're reading The Watchmen, or like, Jimmy Corrigan here. Um, but it's fun comics. Visually, extremely interesting comics. Um, he does everything. This is his vision. He letters everything. Um, I'm assuming he, kind of like leads the coloring of everything. And you have to respect that. Someone that can do it all, that, um, is sharing with you his vision for comics. Um, it's a part of them, and their sense of humor, their things that have impacted them in their life. Um, it's a beautiful thing, and to be able to do that and give you, however long it takes you to read and take in, that much amount of enjoyment, um, as well as kind of beyond when you think about it, when you kind of get reminded of it. Um, it's an amazing thing. And so you've got to give props to Jim Mahfood for, putting this out there into the universe. Um, and I'd say if you haven't read it, if you haven't given it a chance, um, I don't know why you wouldn't. They're only out in these kind of, I mean, in floppies, and then these trades. The trades are not like, these are image trades, so they're not like stunningly expensive, right? They're very, affordably priced. Um, Here, I mean, this is towards the end, but you get to see like a little bit more pencil, colored pencil, marker. I don't know. But it's just, everything looks interesting, and he switches things up to keep it kind of um, just not boring, um, keeping you engaged visually. I mean, this guy, he's a fantastic artist and fantastic creator of comics. He's meant to do comics from um, what I've seen. So big props to Jim Mahfood. There's a bunch of like variant covers. I know he gets you know a lot of like up and coming people, or people you haven't necessarily always heard about, um, doing his variant covers. Um, but yeah, these two books, um, you'll probably end up looking at them again and again. Uh, Magic Socks, Stone Ghost, great visually, um, fun stories, ton of action, sexy ladies. Uh, yeah, so I also picked up from his website, um, this one dangerous donut kind of, I guess, magazine. Um, did he sign this thing? Oh, it looks like he signed this and drew, a little shark here, but yeah, it's cheap. It's like $6 or something like that, and I don't know, maybe it's more. I don't know, but it's like 11 by 17, full uh, original art size on kind of newsprint. Um, yeah, of just kind of like pinups. Um, and yeah, I mean, it's just visually stunning. Little bit of comics in here. I think this is Gordo who ends up coming out in Stone Ghost. Um, yeah, I mean, it's his art is wild, you know. Um, so much energy. Um, just a fantastic line. Just you look here, like free flowing, right? I mean, you could almost kind of guess how he's moving, through this page. Just a nice variety. Yeah, I mean, it's worth $6 to me, to look at his, art in like extra large, OA size with, a few like, one page comics in the mix there. So, yeah, that's this. Along the same lines, I do have a couple of pieces of OA, actual OA from him. One is this pinup. I don't think this is published. It was titled Sacred Sinister. And I just love the image. It's kind of just cheesecakey with a sexy girl tattooed. Great effect on the hair. Tats all over. The design on this chair or whatever. Just thought it's a great image, and kind of wanted a nice pin-up-y image from him. Thus far, he hasn't put up too many Girl Scouts pages for sale. So probably holding out for, maybe some of that psychedelic Daphne, acid trip sequence. But yeah, this is take a look. This is why I love original art. It's just, this newsprint is cool. It's big. But it's newsprint. It's not on this board, and here I can see, like, where the ink is heavy. Like if you look behind, there's spots where the board is like dented because there's more ink, and you can see it, and you can see the I don't know if it's white out or like this, like thumbprints here or fingerprints from, I don't know, the white paint being smeared. I don't know how he's doing it. Yeah, and just a great figure. There's the kind of sexy Mahfood, and then there's kind of the funny Jim Mahfood. And this is basically a ad piece from the Image Grand Design fanzine. So, it's kind of like a fake ad busting on the original Image founders. And so you just, go on a journey through, each of the Image founders and their characters, and kind of really just having some fun, making fun of them. Yeah, and so, love Mahfoud's humor. Love just, all the hand lettering, you know, everything done by hand. His his fun take on, the various Image characters, the Wildcats. You got, Savage Dragon here, Youngblood, Spawn. So yeah, I mean, when I saw this piece, it was just like, hey, this is pretty cool, man. You know, I think the Image Grand Design, it's available digitally. it was like extremely limited print. So yeah, I mean, if anybody has hookups to a physical copy, pass one along my way if you would be so kind. But yeah, uh, a couple nice pieces by Mahfood in my collection. Um, hope he continues to create. I know he does a lot of like variant covers. I'm just not that into like buying art for variant covers unless I love the book. Um, so hopefully he keeps creating. It looks like he will for Girl Scouts, and I'll keep buying and reading. Um, and then we'll see if he puts up any art from there. But yeah, Jim Mahfood. Um, check him out if you haven't. If you know more about him than me, feel free to leave a comment and say what's up. Let me know what you think. So thanks for watching. Bye.